Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Deck it quick. While the average man looking at this act like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang. Hey, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everyone? What's going on, everybody? Hope you all had a wonderful July 4th holiday. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Hope you enjoyed the extra day off. Hope you enjoyed the fireworks, the barbecue, the beach, the lake, whatever it is that you do. I hope you enjoyed it. But now I hope you guys are ready to get down to business. I hope you're ready to make some money this week. The markets are at all-time highs and the trade deadline looms. What's up, folks? My name is Michael Edward Paranati. I am the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. I go more commonly by Michael Edward. I'm thrilled to have you all here with us this evening. You have to understand that True Trading Group literally exists to help you learn faster, trade smarter, and profit sooner. That's exactly what we're going to do on this live stream tonight. And of course, True Trading Group is very proud to be powered by the NASDAQ, Benzinga, OpenAI, TradingView, DataBento, Unusual Whales, and a few more. You see, TTG is an award-winning platform, winning the 2024 Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. TTG is a platform that is built on education, backed by experience, strategies that are proven by success, tools that actually think, and every part of it built around and customized for you. No matter who you are, what you trade, how much experience you have or don't have, TTG exists to help you make money, and that is exactly what we do here. Members of True Trading Group are part of something real special. I couldn't be any more proud to be on this journey with each and every single one of you. All right. I hope you guys are ready to roll your sleeves up here tonight, guys, and get into tonight's session. We've got some killer content lined up. It's going to help take your trading game to the next level. You guys ready to do this or what? You guys ready? You guys ready? I hope so. My daughter had her first beach experience this weekend, so I'm pumped. I'm amped up. It went well, and now we're ready to make some money. If this is your first time hanging out on the True Trading Group YouTube channel, do yourself a favor, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, okay? Turn on your notifications. We go live all throughout the week. I give you guys trade ideas, market commentary, analysis, answer questions that can help you guys make money. And of course, smash that like button like you just hit your biggest, best, most profitable trade ever. Don't gatekeep this live stream. Don't hold all the secrets to yourselves, right? Share it on your own social media. Let's reach out. Let's educate. Let's empower. Let's prepare as many retail traders as we possibly can. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Some of you that are maybe brand new to the channel, this is your first time here. Some people have been here since 2019. They're very familiar with the live stream, but some of you are new. And I appreciate you guys being here. Those of you that are new, you might be wondering, who the hell is this guy in a Yankee hat and why should I pay attention to what he has to say? I don't like the Yankees, so why would I listen to him? It's not because I believe that I'm the world's greatest trader. That's not why I think you should pay attention to what it is I'm about to go over with you on this live stream. I think you should pay attention to what I talk about on these YouTube channels because I didn't have to figure this stuff out on my own. I was fortunate that my very first job out of college was working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City. And there they gave me I had to go through a training program before the fund ever let me touch $1 of their money. And then shortly after that, the Great Recession happened. That was 2008, the Great Recession. And while Wall Street was falling apart, I went on to actually receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, and along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an award-winning AI platform, myself and a 30-person staff have helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. True Trading Group has over 10,000 members in 115 different countries. We truly are a global community. There's something for everyone. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term portfolio investing. We do stocks, we trade options, we trade futures. You name it, we do it. We trade it. There's something literally for everybody here at True Trading Group. Now, what I would like for you all to do before I go even one step further towards how we're going to make money this week, I want you to make sure you're watching this video live. Okay, how do you know if you're watching it live? It's a great question. On the bottom left of your screen, you should see a red dot next to the word live. If you do not see a red dot next to the word live, then you are watching this video delayed. So what I want you to do right now is take a quick little peek. Do you see a red dot? Yes, you're good. If you don't, click the word live. It'll bring you right up to speed with where we are, and then you should see that red dot. Colton Brown, what's up, my man? I see you. I see you. I see we have the THD faithful, my man Bert, who continuously sends myself and the team at True Trading Group amazing coffee from Hawaii. I really, really appreciate it. Yes, Maui Beach will be next. Yeah, next year. Maybe next year we'll take my daughter to Maui. I got to come visit you out there, Bert. All right, but enough with that. Yes, my daughter went to the beach for the first time. Yes, she had a wonderful time. It was a success. But my daughter going on to the beach, yes, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of memories. It's not going to help me make money, though. What is going to help me make money is that right there. All right, the markets. This is what I love the markets. And, a lot of people hate Monday because they hate what they do for a living. I absolutely love, with every ounce of blood in my body, every gram of bones that make me who I am, I absolutely love what I do. And I love Mondays. Traders love Mondays because Monday means the bank is open. Monday means we have more opportunities to make money. And it doesn't matter whether you had a good day or a bad day the day prior, you get a brand new chance, brand new opportunities, brand new trade setups, brand new news headlines that can move markets and create opportunity and create volatility. And that is exactly what we've been seeing now for years. You go back 5 years, ever since the COVID crash, this has ignited this retail trading surge of millions of people that have came into the markets, has created a wave of volatility that has not ended for the last 5 years. There has never, and I've been doing this for over 18 years, almost 2 decades, there has never been a better market environment conducive for trading. And I'm not talking about scalping and in and out 150 times throughout the day. I'm talking about day trades, and I'm talking about swing trades. Remember when I told you earlier on this live stream that we have over 10,000 members, okay, from 115 different countries? 82% of those 10,000 members have a full-time job. They're not sitting in front of their computer screen all day, every day. My man, Escondido Grillin, I like that. Making 1 to 2.5% a week on my portfolio. Thank you, TTG. I love to see that. I absolutely love to see that, man. Awesome. Great job. Yes, and happy 4th to you as well, Escondido. And happy 4th, like I said, to everybody else that's just hopping in now. I see we've got a surge of a bunch of viewers that just hopped onto the channel. Like I said, welcome all of you. Hope you had a great weekend, but we are ready to get down to business, talk about how we're going to make some money this week. We got a big week. It's a big week because the markets are at all-time highs, right? We got a little bit of a gap down here on futures. We're down just around 0.3%. I think it's a little bit of a profit take. And I do think that, there is room for a little bit of a consolidation this week, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But listen to me. If you are not a THD member, especially if you are not a member, listen and watch this, okay? At TTG, you join this community to make money, plain and simple. That is exactly what members are doing, and I want to prove it to you, and I want to show you. Members of TTG, do me a favor. Type the number 1 if you are making money and becoming better traders because of TTG. Go ahead. Go ahead, folks. If you are a member, I want you to go ahead and type the number 1 if you are making money and you guys are becoming better traders because of True Trading. Go ahead and type the number 1. Anyone here that's not a member of True Trading Group, I want you to pay very close attention to how many people you see type the number 1 on screen. Every single one of these people that you see right now, these are members of TTG that are telling you they're making money, they're becoming better traders. Seriously, try to count them. These people are not luckier than you. They don't have more time than you. They're not smarter than you. If they can do this, and so can you. Justin, I made 8% the last 3 weeks in a row. I was at Benzinga before that, and I had losses for 4 months. Wow. Justin, well, I'm happy to have you here, brother. You made 8% on your account the last 3 weeks in a row. Let's keep that going. I got some really good trade ideas this week. Okay. Oh, you're R. Salinas from True Trading Group. That's your username. Fantastic. When will the real content start? XYZ, you are the reason that this live stream specifically exists. So username XYZ. That takes me to kind of something that I wanted to talk about today on this live stream. I'm glad you just said that. Honestly. I really am. I'm glad that you just said, when is the real content going to start? Because we have a little something to prove tonight. It's real easy to take for granted something that happens over and over again, right? It's easy to not pay it any mind, and you kind of become numb to it. And I want to call attention to that. Inshallah, I'll be walking away from my full-time job to become a full-time trader. Abdul, that is absolutely incredible. Congratulations, Abdul. That is amazing. We got another one. I believe I'll be the first millionaire in my family within the next year. Wow. Yes. Yes. I love this. You guys are making me so happy right now. I love seeing some of these comments. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. Abdul, congratulations, my man, becoming a full-time trader. It is a goal that a lot of people, seek out, and, not as many are able to actually achieve. But we have a bunch of members in True Trading Group that have actually made the jump to become full-time traders. I joined 3 years ago. I'm now 3 years ahead of schedule on funding my retirement account. Yes, thank you, TTG. That's what it's all about, honestly. It's really time. Time is what everybody really wants. I know everybody says I want to make money, but really, money is the tool that gets us what we actually seek, which is time. How many people are on this live stream that are not members of True Trading Group? You guys do me a favor. Type the letters TTG. Type the letters TTG if you guys are not a member. If you're not a member, type the letters TTG in chat right now. I'm just curious how many people we have in here that are not part of the community yet. And then we're going to get into some of my top trade ideas for the week. I got a list of stocks that I'm focused on and how I plan on making money this week. Mari gave me a great trade for a scalp with DFDV, took $880 in profit, and then Mari provided another with Oracle, $400. I took $1,200 in profit with losses, paid most of my AI Pro in 1 day. Way to go, Armando, using the award-winning AI. Like I said, we did receive the 2024 Benzinga FinTech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool, and good to see Armando putting it to work. Let's see. Type those TTGs, folks. We got Kevin, Sherika, RDG Tube, Biljana. Oh, that's incredible. The Fade Doctor says, I became a member last Sunday, made money in the chat. I just finished the last course on futures, and I got them certificates piled up. Yes, the Fade Doctor. Yes, you literally just joined 1 Sunday ago. So exactly 7 days ago, and you're already finishing the courses, man. I love to see it. I love to see it. It means you're taking it seriously. It means you're taking it seriously, man. I love to see it. Em Ledhura, also not a TC member. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You see all these people that just took the number 1 when I asked them if they're making money or they're becoming profitable traders? Here at TTG, you guys have to understand that here at TTG, we offer not just a chat room with trade alerts and courses. True Trading Group is an entire platform that is built around the retail trader and allowing them to be able to have access to the tools, the resources that's going to give them the very best chance of becoming successful. TTG offers you guys Mari. Mari is our AI trading co-pilot. Okay. Mari is what guides our members through each and every single trading day, customized specifically for them. It's instantly gives you access to real-time data, chart analysis, news, options flow, tailored insights in plain old English, all inside a very familiar chat interface. You do not need to memorize any complex prompts with Mari. You simply just talk to it. You just ask it a question. You just talk to it. You also get our 22-course curriculum, which is a simplified and expanded upon version of the training I received when I worked at the fund in New York. You get access to our chat room with all of our trade alerts, of course, the mobile app, so you can stay connected even though you're not in front of your computer. You'll get the real-time trade alerts sent straight to your phone. Okay, if you're not in front of your computer, that's how you can follow along with what it is that we're doing during the day. Remember, 82% of our members have a full-time job. You're going to get our daily watch lists, the Benzinga Pro news feed with the Squawk feature, so you can just listen in instead of having to read news. You can just listen. Trading Views premium charts, 1,000 hours of our video library covering a variety of different trading topics. Red to Green workshops, which is where any member of True Trading Group that is having a hard time, we don't just tell you to kick rocks. We do free Red to Green workshops for members, which is where you can submit questions and topics, tell us what you're struggling with, and the group of the moderators will then hold a free workshop covering those very specific issues. It's held the first Wednesday of every month, and it's something that a lot of our members do really look forward to. Okay? A lot of members really look forward to that. These are all things you guys have access to. And of course, also the Trade Idea Scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data. All of this stuff is included. That's what you get when you guys join True Trading Group. All of that I just mentioned to you is what you get when you join our platform. You don't have to pay extra, pay additional for those features. Everything I just said to you guys is included. Okay? You guys can actually, you know what, for better, if you guys want to just pull up, you can pull up. So Robert, I see Robert says, you know, what's the price of this course? Craig wants to know, is $400 a day, is that a reasonable goal? Guys, listen, Steven said you're here late. What's up, man? I'm, welcome. Better late than never. Welcome. Guys, listen, this is the last night of our 4th of July sale. So our 4th of July sale ends tonight at midnight. You guys can go to ttgoffer.com. and you guys can see everything listed on that page, what you're going to get included when you guys join. It's all listed right there. It's $267 for 90 days. There is no coupon code needed. You just go straight to ttgoffer.com. Okay. Everything that you guys see on that page, you get for 90 days. There is no automatic renewal. There is no reoccurring payment. There is no automatic upgrade if you forget to cancel. It's just 90 days. And if after those 90 days, you decide, hey, you know what? That was the best $267 I have ever spent. Matter of fact, I turned that $267 into $2,000. I want to stay for the year. You have to manually process that transaction. We're not going to automatically charge you. We're not going to play games like that. Why do we do it for 90 days? Because I think that in 90 days, you will be able to double your money with True Trading Group's platform. That is what I believe. So what I'm doing is I'm saying to you for our 4th of July sale, because you can do an annual membership to True Trading Group. Normally, if you're not on this live stream, it's going to cost you over $2,000. I'm saying the hell with that. For July 4th, join for 90 days. It'll cost you $267. And I think you're going to be able to double your money within 90 days. That's why I'm doing it this way. And after your 90 days, if you decide you want to be an annual member, fantastic. We'll give you an annual membership for less than $1,000, and we'll credit you the $267 that you've already paid. That is how confident I am in the platform that we have created, that is TTG. Everything on ttgoffer.com is included for 90 days. Keith says this program is worth every penny. It taught me how to control my losses. Less than $100 a month. That's insanely cheap, says Colton, who's also a longtime member. This is a great deal. I'm a lifetime member. I wouldn't have paid for lifetime if this wasn't worth it, guys. That's Elite Party DJ, another longtime TTG member. And the double is not much. Like I'm saying, oh, let's double the 267. I know it's not a lot of money, right? It's not much, but it's all part of the gimmick, right? The shtick. Okay, we want to give you a taste because we know when you get it, you will stay. Members stay with True Trading Group at a clip of over 75%. How do we know that? Let's look how long members have been here. Okay, the Fade Doctor says, I made my $267 back day one, even though my guy hates the Cowboys. I do hate the Cowboys, but Fade Doctor, we found common ground. We both hate the Eagles more. So that's... Yes, I hate the Cowboys, but I hate the Eagles more. And that is where you and I get along, my man. So that's awesome. Fade Doctor literally just joined on Sunday, made his $267 back, literally in just day one. But let me show you guys. This is why I think you're going to stay, right? The reason why I'm offering you this whole platform for 90 days is because I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to make money. I think you're going to stay. Reason why I believe that is because of this. Members of True Trading Group that are on this live stream, can you tell me how long have you been a member for? Can you tell me how long you have been a member of True Trading Group? Just type in chat. How long have you been a member? Anyone that's not a member of True Trading Group, I want you to pay attention to how long people say they've been a member. And then I want you to ask yourself, why would these people stay for this long and renew their membership or upgrade to become a lifetime member if they weren't having success? Brandon, 3 years. Colton, 4 years. Daily Trader, 1 year. Cooperatively Dysfunctional, 4 years. 3 years, 3 years. 5 years, 5 years. 3 years, 2 years. Almost 5 years for Go Funded Sarah. Erica McGrath, how are you? 4 years. Bert, over 3 years. 6 years. 3 years. Trading Jedi, 4 years. Wiley, 4 years. OK Trader, 4 years. Julie, 5 years. Justin, 3 years. Jim Knox, 3 years. Gail, how are you? 3 years. Rooster says, oh, you're going to stay. Almost 4 years for me, I think. Armando says, I'm in a full member for 4 months, and I have netted $3,500 in profit. Abdul has been a member for 9 months. If you recall, Abdul is the member who said he's giving his 2-week notice to his job. He's going to become now a full-time trader. My boy, Jimmy Mother effing Hart. How have you been? 7 years. Jimmy, my man. I hope you are doing well. The 267 is our best scam. Right? That's what it is. We know you come and you get a taste and we get you, but it's the best gotcha that you're ever going to experience. I'm telling you guys this right now. Yeah, as you can see, I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't hide anything from you. You guys get exactly, you just get full transparency from myself. We're going to keep this 267 price point for 90 days, the July 4th sale. We're going to keep this open for the next 15 people or midnight tonight, whichever comes first. If 15 people joined right now within the next 10 minutes, sale's over. Okay? Otherwise, the sale runs until midnight tonight. They're first come, first serve. Justin says, I became a lifetime member 3 weeks after I joined. After 15 people join or midnight, the price for the 90-day membership will be $467. You can get it now for $267. It is the very last day of our 4th of July sale. Go to ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page included for $267 bucks. Best damn money you'll ever spend. If you have any questions at all, just text us. Okay? 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is right down there, the bottom left of your screen. 1-888-621-2127. Text that number with any questions. If you need help signing up, you need clarification on something, anything you need, text that number. We'll help you out and we'll get you guys situated and hooked up. Also, listen carefully if you are one of the following people. If you used to be a member or if you used to be a trial member and you're like, damn, 267 for 90 days, that sounds good. I want that. You have to text this number. We have to manually get you hooked up since you already had an account with us, whether it be a trial or it was a prior annual membership. But if you guys want to come back home, 1-888-621-2127. Text that number now, guys. These are first come, first serve. The next 15 spots, then the price jumps to $467 or midnight tonight, whichever comes first. Price jumps to $467 for the 90 days. Remember, there's no automatic renewal. There is no automatic upgrade. You guys join TTG for the 90 days, $267. You decide you love it. You decide you want to stay. You have to process that transaction. It will not happen automatically. There's a reason why 75% of our members stay with us. There's a reason why our refund rate is less than 2.5%. There's a reason why you saw so many members that have been a member of True Trading Group for 7, 6, 5, 4 years. Come see why. There's a reason why our platform received the Best AI Analysis Tool Award at the Benzinga FinTech Award Show last year. There's a reason why we have a data partnership agreement signed with the NASDAQ directly. There's a reason why all these companies work with us, guys. There's a reason why we have partnership agreements with these companies. There's a reason why we have over 10,000 members in 115 different countries. Also, for those that like to do some research, there's also a reason why we have an F rating on the Better Business Bureau. Okay? We do. I'm not kidding. We're 4.5 stars on Trustpilot out of 5 with 2,700 reviews. But we have an F rating on the Better Business Bureau. And the reason for that is as follows. They will not verify our page. They won't verify True Trading Group because we will not pay them like $12,000 that they want. So they leave us unverified. They have the wrong category of the business. Okay, 90% of the information on the Better Business Bureau page for True Trading Group is wrong. They have the wrong phone number. They have the wrong business category, like what type of business we are in. Everything on the page is inaccurate. We refused to pay them the $12,000 to $15,000 that they wanted from us. And because we refused to pay them, we are never going to have an A-rated page. And there's also like 18 reviews on the Better Business Bureau page. There are 2,701 reviews on Trustpilot. Just being honest with you. Just like, again, full transparency. That is what you are going to get. All real reviews on Trustpilot. Go read them. See for yourself what members have to say. All right. So there you go, guys. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page included for 90 days for just $267. That's it. All right. So there, we can't even take the page down. Like you can't take it. You can't it's not like a page, you can't even take it down. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. It really is. It's crazy. But anyway, I had mentioned to you guys earlier, everyone that that's not a member. Now you guys understand now how to join ttgoffer.com. I said to you guys earlier that we had a little something to prove tonight. And this is not going to be a very long live stream. It doesn't need to be, but I do want to call attention to something. We're not doing a giveaway tonight because I want the time to really focus on this. We have to welcome Joan. Joan just joined True Trading Groups. Everybody welcome Joan, which means there's now 14 spots left. There's 14 spots left at the 267 price point for 90 days. After 14 more people join or midnight tonight, whichever happens first, the price goes to 467 for the 90 days. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page you get for 90 days for 267. Joan, welcome to the family. We've been doing these live streams since 2019. True Trading Group went live to the public in 2017, and we've been doing these live streams since 2019. And now that entire time, I have come on here. We've had other moderators come on. We've had special guests come on. And we give you guys free analysis, trade ideas, market commentary, Q&A since 2019. A lot of people, like the one user from that commented earlier before, the one YouTube viewer, a lot of people think all I do is come on here and just sell. Like it's just one gigantic big infomercial, like it's a big joke. But I don't think that people realize just how incredibly valuable these live streams are for those who pay attention. Yes, we sell on this live stream, but that is because True Trading Group is a business with over 30 employees and 10,000 customers from all over the world. And those 10,000 members are extremely happy that we come on these live streams and we provide them a sales opportunity to join this community. Otherwise, they never would have found True Trading Group and they never would have been able to make money. And in case you missed it before, That is exactly what people are doing. That is why they are joining True Trading Group. And that's why they're staying at True Trading Group. In case you missed it, one more time. Members, if you are making money, type the number 1 in chat right now. If you are on this live stream and you are not a member, pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1. Because these are your friends, your family members, your coworkers, complete strangers. If they can do this, then so can you. All of the people you see typing the number 1 were once a viewer on a live stream. They were offered some type of an opportunity to join, like I just offered all of you 267 for the next 14 people for the next 90 days. And all these people typing the number 1 jumped on an opportunity that I provided to them on a live stream over the last 6 years. And now here they are, telling you they're making money, telling you that they're becoming better traders. So obviously they're very happy that I did do some type of a sales opportunity during the live stream. So yes, this is a business. Yes, we do sell things on this live stream, but people have been able to make money from what we do here, as you just saw. I come on these live streams, especially on Sunday evening. On Sunday evening, I come on these live streams and I give you extremely specific, detailed analysis of exactly what I believe the markets are going to do the week ahead. I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I don't show up on Friday and say, oh, look at what we did this week. I show up on Sunday and say, this is what I'm going to do this week. And if anyone just was to pay attention, you could have made money just from the analysis that I provide for you totally for free on this YouTube channel, because I lay out for you every single day exactly what I think the markets are going to do. And then those of you that are members of True Trading Group, well, you know the exact moment, the exact price, when we're getting in and when we're getting out. With a simple ding notification on your cell phone, real time, push notification. Whether you're in a meeting, you're on the road, you're at the hair salon, you're at your kid's soccer game, or you're just at the gym, whatever it is that you're doing, you get a notification, let you know, Mike just got long Tesla. Mike just got out of Tesla. Mike just got short AMD. Mike just got out, whatever it is. It's not just me. You get the notifications from the other moderators as well. If you remember, there's 8 professional traders that are moderators at True Trading Group. They share their screens. They answer questions throughout the day. They're providing market commentary. They trade in front of you live each and every single day. That's why people are able to make money. And I've come on these live streams for the last several years, and I've given you my game plan. I'm giving you my analysis. Hell, I came on this live stream on April 6th, and I told every single person on this live stream on April 6th, go back and watch the video. I have the receipts. They are all published on this YouTube channel. April 6th, I came on this YouTube video, and I told every single person, every viewer, anyone that was willing to listen, that I am stepping in come Monday morning, April 7th, and I'm buying everything in my long-term portfolio. April 7th marks the low. April 7th marks the low. Again, don't believe me, don't care. Go back on this YouTube channel, find April 6th, watch the live stream. You will hear me in the face of every single Joe Schmo commenting, every non-member commenting, trolling, telling me, someone has been doing this for almost 20 years, that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, says the person that opened up a Robinhood account 2 years ago. Telling me the world is going to end. The Great Depression is coming. The market's going down 80%. And I said in the face of all that, well, listen, this is what I'm going to do. Tomorrow I'm going to go in and I'm buying in my long-term portfolio, and I'm buying everything that I can get my hands on. And that's exactly what we did. And what do? We bought stocks like Palantir. We bought stocks like NVIDIA. We bought Snowflake. We bought Datadog. We bought Broadcom. We bought Walmart. We bought Uber. We bought CrowdStrike. We bought Palo Alto. We bought Fortinet. We bought Uber. We bought Rubrik. We bought Kava. These are all of the stocks that we bought Goldman Sachs. We bought JP Morgan, and we bought Wells Fargo. It's all right here on this YouTube channel for you guys to see. So that infomercial could have had you up 100% on a lot of these positions in a matter of just a couple of months. Anywhere from 75 to 115% on a lot of these stocks already in just the last couple of months. I don't tell you what I've done. I tell you what I'm about to do. And even if you just pay attention just to the last couple of Sundays, let's look at last Sunday. Last Sunday, literally 1 week ago from today. And again, go back and watch the video. I keep saying on these live streams, I'm like, hey, go back, watch the video. Seriously, go back and do it. If you're not a member, go back and watch the video from last Sunday. Last Sunday, I gave you 6 different trade ideas. I said SPY long, Boeing long, Datadog long, Salesforce long, Kava long, CoreWeave short. Those were all of the stock ideas that I gave you. If you hate me, if you hate these live streams, please go watch the video. Find the receipts to prove me wrong. Go find the video. Show me what I said. Call me a liar. Tell me that I was wrong. And hit me up on X at MikeEdward_TTG. Show me. Show me. For every person that complains, and this is why the title of this live stream is, you like the rally? Well, the rally has something to prove. The market rally has to prove itself. Just like True Trading Group, we need to prove ourselves. We got to welcome David. David just joined. 13 spots left. Everybody welcome David. David just joined. That means there's only 13 of these spots left. After 13 more people join or midnight tonight, the price goes from $267 to $467 for 90 days. So let's go back and look at last Sunday, right? Last Sunday, David Gunn, my pleasure, brother. Look forward to trading with you. Last Sunday, we said SPY long, Boeing long, Datadog long, Salesforce long, Kava long, and CoreWeave short. Well, let's take a look at how these stocks all worked out. Well, let's see. So here's the Monday, right? There's Monday. And we said SPY long. We actually said verbatim that I believed that the markets might experience a floating move higher. Again, go back and watch it. A floating move higher. So we were long for the week. It's a short week with the July 4th holiday and a half day on Thursday. And a lot of times when you get a lack of all of the market participants, when the market is in the middle of a directional move, which we were just making a new all-time high, and you get this short holiday week where there's not a lot of market participants, there's not a lot on the other side of the trade to stop that directional move. That's why we said, look for the melt up in the SPY. Huge, beautiful move back to the upside. We talked about also Boeing long. And you can see nice, beautiful 3-day bounce back here on Boeing long. I'm just going to real quickly go through the charts, and we're going to actually get into some actual numbers and some statistics. Biggest trade of the week by far, and that's Datadog. We talked about Datadog resetting back against the 132 previous resistance. Here's the 132 resistance level. We broke through it, pulled back in, support. Then you got this huge, beautiful trade there on that Wednesday. And then Thursday, the announcement of Datadog being added in the S&P 500 inclusion. That is a over 300% gain for the call options on Datadog. Don't believe me? Go back and watch last Sunday's video. I gave you my top trade ideas for the week. Datadog long, one of them. We also talked about Salesforce long. This one ended up being like a break-even trade. You could have made a little bit of money on the Salesforce trade. But ended up really being a break-even trade. Is that's really the only one that didn't give us any real, type of follow-through on the move. And then we had Kava for the long, okay? Kava with a beautiful break on that Monday. We had Kava for the long. We said look for Kava to go back into the mid-80s, and Kava exceeded expectations, getting all the way to 87.50. Oh, and then Abdul says Mari also gave me Datadog. Well, where do you think I got the idea from, Abdul? Where do you think I got the trade idea from for Datadog? Mari, right? Mari, our award-winning AI. Our award-winning AI platform. Mari, thank you very much for the Datadog trade, right? And then that was Kava, right? And then we also talked about CoreWeave, and CoreWeave was for the short. And you can see, we got a nice little fade move here. We got a little bounce back on that Thursday, but a nice, beautiful fade move from 173 all the way down to 151. That was another really nice trade. And some of these stocks are actually back on my watch list again this week. let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these. I actually had Mari kind of go through. Okay, I actually had Mari kind of go through. Is there a lesson how to best use Mari? Yes, the Fade Doctor next weekend. Okay, next weekend we are doing an open workshop. You guys are all invited to attend an open workshop where myself, Chris Toner, Shai, and Adam are going to show you guys how to best use Mari or the AI Pro version of Mari. It's going to be next weekend, the 12th and the 13th, Saturday and Sunday, a 2-day boot camp, 2-day workshop on helping you guys figure out the best way to use Mari and the AI Pro. Okay. Excellent. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these plays. Okay. So I had Mari kind of run things through here. Technical levels, limitations. Let me go through and give you guys some of the stats. All right, here we go. Let's start with the SPY. All right, so the SPY, the underlying price went from 617.85 to 625.34. That's a gain of 1.2%. At the money and slightly out of the money call options, the 620 strike expiring July 3rd would have moved deeply into the money, and the call options returns likely exceeded over 50% for at the money strikes and probably 75% or higher for out of the money strike call options due to the added leverage for any member that followed along and took that trade from the Sunday night live stream. So you're talking 50 to 75, maybe even higher, depending on the strike price that you went after. Then we had Boeing. Boeing calls of 210. Let's go back to Boeing. Okay. Calls on Boeing, the 210 strike or the 215 strike, gains of 70% up to 150% gain on the Boeing call options. We've got to welcome Catherine. Catherine just joined. Everybody welcome Catherine. 12 spots now remain. 12 spots remain. Everybody welcome Catherine. Catherine just joined the team. Catherine, welcome to the family. Again, guys, that's ttgoffer.com. Price is $267. It'll be $467 after 12 more people join or midnight tonight when the sale ends. All right. If you have any questions, just text us 1-888-621-2127. Guys, the phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. 1-888-621-2127. And then we have Datadog, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest win off of the Sunday night live stream for top trade ideas for the week. And that is an over 300% gain for the 140 or even the 150 strike, which nobody would have went after the 150 strike because the entry was when the equity, the underlying was in the 130s. If you took a 135 or a 140 strike, you're still looking at about a 300% gain. We have to welcome Jerome. That means there's now only 11 of these spots left, guys. They are going quick. Looks like we're probably not going to make it to midnight. They are first come, first serve, 11 spots left, 267 for 90 days. Why 90 days? Because I believe that you are going to absolutely love the platform and the community that we've created. And I think 90 days is enough time for you to just kind of dip your toes in the water, dive in, maybe go for a swim. Let's make some damn money together. And then you can decide whether or not you want to become an annual member of True Trading Group, and then maybe even a lifetime member, as so many people have. Thousands of our members have become lifetime members of the community. And I'm confident that you are going to want to do the same just based on the statistics of the user base that we already have. So Jerome, welcome. Guys, ttgoffer.com, 267 for 90 days. Let's make some money. Let's double it. We'll set the bar low. Let's double it. And then decide if you want to stay. All right. Next up, we had Salesforce. And like I said, Salesforce, that was the one that was pretty much break even. Your call option, if you held the call option until Friday, you would have had a small loss because of time decay. The stock price didn't really have much of a change. That's the one out of the trade ideas from last week. You would have had, if you held the call option until Friday, you would have experienced time decay. So you would have had a net negative trade on the Salesforce if you had just held the call option. All right. And then you had Kava, another big one, right? Another big one there on Kava. Kava, the stock was, you're probably looking at about 100% gain on the call option. Some of the at the money calls, you're looking at about 100% gain on the call option. And then also CoreWeave. CoreWeave was the one that we had talked about. It was the only one that we had on the list for the possible short. And that you could have eked out some nice gains as well if you had taken profits off into the Wednesday and Thursday, the Tuesday and Wednesday pullback. You had the Monday rejection off of the 170, which was the trigger for the trade. And you had a nice, beautiful fade for the next 2 days before a bounce back on the Thursday before the July 4th holiday. And that could have given you guys some really nice gains there as well on the put options. Okay. So those are kind of just some recaps off of last week's live stream, the trade ideas that I gave you guys and how they pan themselves out. So the people that come on these live streams and either, hate that I sell memberships on this live stream or think that the live stream is just one big infomercial. If you actually paid attention and you hung out on the live stream, you're going to get golden nuggets dipped across all throughout. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I think about the week that lies ahead, which takes me to this week, right? Markets have experienced a really big kind of, melt up rally, and futures are trading down right now. We're down around 0.4%. Kind of bouncing around a little bit between 0.3 and 0.4. So we are red to start the week. My analysis on the week ahead is as follows. I think it is possible that we could see a little bit of a profit-taking pullback, not a sell-off, a profit-taking pullback, and that leads to a consolidation week. I think that the SPY could give you maybe a dip back into the 16s, and then that dip gets bought and then bounces back. I think that you have the catalyst this week is going to be centered around trade. There's not a lot of economic data pieces this week. The big data pieces on the economy come next week when you're going to get your inflation data, CPI and PPI numbers are going to roll out next week. There's going to be huge catalyst for the overall market, and I'll give you guys my analysis on that, next week. But for this week, we have to focus on the July 9th trade deadline. And, but right before I came on this live stream, Trump was making some comments. He had said that the U.S. might be sending out, 12 to 15 letters to different countries that, just telling them this, listen, here it is. This is the tariff. This is the number that you're going to pay. And that could shake things up a little bit. I think that the markets are poised right now for a couple of different things. I mean, you could see a pullback early, but I think the pullback is viable. And here's why I think you can see the pullback. A lot of people take off, okay, that second half of the July 4th week because the markets were closed Friday and it was a half day Thursday. So some people just take the whole week off. Some people just Wednesday, Thursday take off. You did not have the majority of market participants in the markets on that Wednesday and Thursday. So the markets just kind of floated higher, and some stocks maybe floated higher and got to some maybe a little bit overpriced areas where people are going to come into their trading desk on Monday, and I think they're going to be anxious to take some profit after the big move that the market made Wednesday and Thursday. So I think the market's got a little stretched on that melt up. I think you're going to see some profit taking. I also think that the catalyst, we have to welcome Jacqueline. Jacqueline, welcome to the family. There's now just 10 of these spots, and that's a previous member who came back home. Wow, that's fantastic. That is a previous member that came back home as a lifetime member. Guys, everybody welcome Jacqueline back home to the TeachD family. And when Jacqueline came back, she said, the hell with the 90 days. I want to come back for life. Welcome back, Jacqueline, as a member of TTG now for life. Jacqueline, welcome. Also, Adam hooked her up. Adam gave her a really great deal. Adam really hooked her up. So again, if you guys used to be a member, Adam's taking messages right now, guys. That's my business partner and the co-founder of True Trading. If you're not talking to some salesperson on the other side of the world, send a message right now. You guys will be talking to the co-owner and co-founder of this company that can help you directly. 1-888-621-2127. Text that number if you used to be a member. Text that number if you used to be a trial member. Adam is in a good mood today. He's handing out, he's handing out favors. Hit him up, right? Hit him up. So on top of, I think the market's getting a little extended last week, you have the catalyst of July 9th, the trade deadline. And I think that you're probably gonna get some headlines in the first half of the week that are going to be a little anxiety driven with, the worry of reciprocal tariffs coming back on, or reciprocal tariffs being higher again than people were hoping for. Some tough talk, kind of like what happened the week prior when we had some comments about Canada. And then that quickly kind of fizzled out and kind of, de-escalated. I think you have the potential to see initial news headlines about, oh, Japan gets a letter that they're just going to pay a 20% tariff. The market's not going to like that. And I think Japan's one of the countries that's about to get a letter. Okay. Wow. Jacqueline just said, thank you. I'm trying to put my enlistment bonus to good use. Jacqueline, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service. Seriously, truly. That is one thing that we do not mess around with here at True Trading. We support U.S. military servicemen and women very much, both as a business and also, personally. One of our moderators actually is a veteran as well. So it is something that we take very seriously here at True Trading Group. And I want to say thank you for your service. Oh, we got to give a shout out to Calvin. Wow. Calvin just became a lifetime member. Calvin just became a lifetime member. So everybody welcome Calvin. Calvin said, yeah, wait, what? We're giving out some lifetime memberships. I want a lifetime membership. That's a current member. So technically there's still 10 spots left. Okay. There's still 10 spots left. Calvin was already a member. Okay. And Calvin just saw that Jacqueline became a lifetime member. And then Calvin just sent the text in to Adam and just got hooked up with a lifetime membership as well. So guys, I'm telling you, Adam's in a good mood. So honestly, even if you're a regular member, send a message to Adam, see what he's offering, because Adam's in a good mood right now. Take advantage. Just text Adam. All right. Adam had a good weekend. Adam had a wonderful firework display. He sent me videos. I was very impressed. There you go. Lady Leo says, thank you. It's a pleasure to serve. No, Lady Leo, it is an absolute pleasure and it's an honor to have you as a member of True Trading Group. And I mean that sincerely. Thank you very much. And there's Calvin. There's Calvin with the yay. Yay, Calvin. Yes, Lady Leo, I look forward to trading with you again. Welcome back. Welcome back home. All right, folks. All right, so here's again back to the SPY. I think that we have that set up where those news headlines initially might cause the markets to pull back a little bit, but at the end of the day, I think that the probability is more likely that you're going to see a situation similar to what happened with Canada. So if you guys weren't paying attention over the last 2 weeks, Canada decided they were going to move forward with a digital services tax against American tech companies. So that they were going to be taxing now digital services, which was a direct hit to U.S. tech companies. And when that happened, the United States immediately stopped trade talks with Canada and just said, hey, all right, Canada, that's it. We're going to send you a letter. You're just going to pay this tariff to do business with the United States. and the talks immediately stopped. Within the first hour of that announcement, the Business Council of Canada came out with a statement that said that Canada should immediately go take back the digital services tax. And within about two days, I think it was about 2 days, Canada took off the digital services tax, and the United States and Canada were able to now move closer towards some type of a better trade agreement. I think you're going to see a lot of stuff similar to that happen over the next week. Listen, and real quick, before I move on with that, the 267, I'm going to say something. This is great. The 267, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a scam. The 267 is a scam. It's all a ruse to get you to become a lifetime member. Okay? We do not need to work very hard for people to go from an annual member to a lifetime member. It's not because we're just these masterful salespeople. It's because the platform works. It's because our members find success and our members actually make money and they want to stay with us. That's why. It's crazy how much harder it is to get someone to spend $267 or $467 for a 90-day membership than it is to get them to, they fight to get lifetime spots. Because we don't have like an unlimited amount of the lifetime spots. Okay. It's crazy. And that is a testament to an industry that has a bad, an industry that has just a bad reputation, people that have been burned in the past, and then the platform that is True Trading Group, the quality of the service and the products that you have access to, and the success that our members have. That's a testament to that. Because somebody will hesitate to spend $267 for 90 days, but when they do, they'll easily spend a couple thousand to become a lifetime member, easily, where they are hitting us up like, hey, can I become a lifetime member? Can I do this? I don't want to pay annual. Can I do this? Can I do this? It's a 10 times easier sale for us for someone to go from a 90-day membership to a lifetime membership than it is to go from a non-member to a 90-day member. And I get it. I really do get it, because you've probably been scammed before. You've been a part of another group. You lost a bunch of money. But that is the reason why when people actually take the leap, they invest in themselves, they believe in True Trading Group, and they become a member. That's what I'm telling you. Forget about joining for a year. I'm not going to ask you to put up $1,500 or $2,000 for a year. That's a big commitment. I understand that. So the hell with it. Join me for 90 days. And I'm offering you 90 days because I believe you're going to do so well and that you're going to love it so much that you are going to ask us, you know what, how much is it to become a lifetime member? It's a good business decision. Go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included for 90 days for $267. Once 10 more people join, it's $467, or midnight tonight, whatever happens first. Any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Nobody else is going to tell you that. I'm telling you this because, like I said, all you get is full transparency here at TPG. All right, so going back to the markets, I think that those news headlines on tariffs, I think could spook the markets a little bit. And considering the markets were a little overbought, I think there's room for a pullback. However, I think that pullback, I think it's buyable. The only way that it's not buyable is if the reciprocal tariffs come on, okay, and stay on. Hey, Floyd, real quick, Floyd, I'm talking to you, brother. Floyd, you need to send the word start. Floyd from an 804 area code. Adam can't reply to you. You must have like unsubscribed from the text list. So in order for Adam to be able to respond to you, Floyd, from an 804 area code, you just have to text that same number. Just text the word start. Then Adam will be able to respond to you. Okay, again, Floyd, area code 804, just text the word start. and then Adam will be able to respond to you. All right. So that's for Floyd. Okay. So I'm looking for, like I said, pullback, and then that pullback turns into a consolidation because the pullback, I think, gets bought because I believe that those towers that come on, I don't think they're going to come on very long. I think that you will see some type of movement like you saw between the U.S. and Canada, and I think that you can just see an all-out extension altogether of the trade deadline. You might hear something about these trade deals are complex and they're progressing really well. I really like what we're seeing from this country and this country, and in order to finalize things properly, I'm going to extend it another 30 days, whatever. I think that's possible. And I think if either of those things happen where, the harsh headlines turn into movement, like if there's harsh headlines with Japan and then maybe Japan, counters with like auto tariffs or something where they're like, hey, you know what, we'll drop our auto tariffs, whatever it is, then I think that'll make the markets move. I think that'll make the markets move back to the upside. Any type of an extension, I think, makes the markets move back to the upside. So that's why I think you're going to get a pullback and then a bounce and a little bit of a consolidation. If none of those things happen, that pullback turns into a deeper pullback. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I will adjust if that happens, but those are the bigger catalysts that are out of my control that we have to be able to adapt to if they happen. All right, I'm just putting that out there right now. I told you what I think is going to happen, but if not, we're going to have to, I'll shift if I see nothing is being walked back, if I see there's not any movement, if the tough talk headlines get tougher, then I'll make adjustments on that. But we're looking for a pullback and then a bounce on the overall market. Okay. Now that takes me then to individual stocks. If I think the markets are going to pull back and then bounce, what are we going to look for this week? What I'm looking for are stocks that hold key support levels during the pullback, or a stock that breaks through a key level while the overall market is pulling back. That's the theme for this week. So let's talk about what some of those stocks are. One of them is going to be Alphabet, because Alphabet has a very big resistance level at 181.50 that I'm going to show you all right now. This is Google. Okay. Google has resistance at 181.50. Then you have the big gap up, and that gap up held support to create gap entry, which also gives you a confirmed support level. You dropped back into that area in February of this year, and it became support. Then it broke. When it broke, we then sold off. You've rallied back up in the month of June, and it became resistance. And then last week, again, resistance. But now we're working our way back up into that level. And if Google can break above 181.50, I think the stock has room to maybe 186. Okay. So what I'm looking for here from Google is a break of 181.50. We will look for relative strength. Let's say if Google sits at, I'm just giving you an example. Let's say Google sits at 180, the SPY pulls back, the NASDAQ pulls back Monday, Tuesday. Google still sits at 180. Then the market starts to bounce back. There's maybe news catalyst. The July 9th deadline gets extended. Markets rally back. Then I think Google breaks 181.50 and pushes towards 185, 186. All right, so we're going to have to wait, be patient, wait out the pullback, wait for the relative strength. But this Google is going to be on my list to see if we can break through this level. Amy, welcome, Amy. We are now down to 9 spots remain. Everybody welcome Amy. 9 spots left, guys. Everybody welcome Amy. 9 spots left. Then the 267 becomes 467. Or midnight tonight, whatever happens first. 9 spots left. ttgoffer.com. Any questions? Text us 1-888-621-2127. Next up, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, this is a nice slow mover for those that don't like the real volatile ones. Wells Fargo had a double top resistance at 81 and change. We broke through that all-time high resistance last week. So what we are going to do now is we are going to look for Wells Fargo to pull back, okay, into that previous all-time high. Then here comes the 9 EMA, catch that to become support, and then look for Wells Fargo to then continue that uptrend, continue back to the upside. So we look for a pullback into 81.5 for the long. The stop loss would be underneath 81. And then we look for Wells Fargo to hold the previous all-time high of 81 and see if there could be some follow through to the upside on Wells Fargo. Next up, I gave you a slow mover. Now, for those of you that like the roller coasters that go upside down 3 times, we're going to talk about Avis, ticker symbol CAR, C-A-R. What I'm going to look for here from Avis is, do we form a bit of a bull flag? Okay. Now, why I'm looking at this, because you had a massive resistance level that was broken 2 weeks ago. What you will see on my screen, okay, is the 158 area, let's call it 160. Okay, just call it 160. Used to be a massive level of support back in 2023. That level you'll see broke in 2024. We then broke back through that level 2 weeks ago, and we did so on a huge increase in trading volume. There was also a very large short position on CAR. Okay. The 9 EMA, which is this light blue line you see on my screen, has been riding and holding support the entire time. We also dipped into that 9 EMA last week. It held support. What I'm going to look for is, if the markets give you a pullback, let's look for CAR to drop back down into that 9 EMA and then look for it to hold support and see if you get a breakout, okay, out of a bull flag that can maybe give you a bit of a short squeeze. I love the idea of CAR getting to 200. So we're going to see if there's support around 170, the low 170s. Look for there to be support in the low 170s, maybe the high 160s. Okay. And then if we can really break, if you form a bull flag, you haven't formed one yet, but I want to see if we form a bull flag here and this 9 EMA continues to be support. If you get a pullback and then, the markets can recover and then this recovers, breaks out of the flag, you could get a short squeeze. Okay. That takes you up towards 200. That's going to be ticker symbol CAR. Then we have Carvana. Kind of a similar idea to CAR, just that it also has a pretty decent short position. And you have this double top here from last week at 350. So last week, the high is 350. And then back here in early June, 350, nice little double top. If you get through that little double top, you don't have anything really until you get to your all-time high. We got to welcome David J. 2 Davids joined tonight. David J, welcome, brother. 9 spots left. Everybody welcome David J. David J. Welcome to the THD fam. We are now down. 8 spots left. That's 8 spots left. Okay, 8 spots left. Everybody welcome David. Okay, 8 spots left. Welcome David. Again, ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page included for 90 days, just $267. Text us with questions, 1-888-621-2127. All right, so that's Carvana. You have a minor resistance level at 364 and then just the all-time high at 378. So, if you can take out 350, why not? Why not squeeze? So Carvana and CAR are higher volatility stocks. So those are going to be for the risk takers. Those are going to be higher risk. Those are going to be faster movers, more expensive options. Okay, those are going to be ones that make sure you know what you're doing if you're looking at CAR and then you're looking at Carvana. Those are going to be a little bit more volatile stocks, a little bit more higher risk. Okay, so putting that out there. Then we have Apple. I like Apple. Okay, I think Apple is gearing up to give you a move that looks like this, or that looks like this, or that looks like this. Okay, or that looks like this. And what is this? I mean, like where the stock just goes straight up for like 2 weeks. That's what I think we're about to see. The stock went straight up for 1 week last week. I think there's more upside on this stock. I'm going to tell you why. Apple has dramatically underperformed. I think Apple has dramatically underperformed. I don't think it has dramatically underperformed the market, and it's dramatically underperformed the Mag 7. Apple got a jolt in the ass last week when there was a news headline that they were possibly thinking about buying Perplexity. That was the first rumor, that they were looking into buying Perplexity. Then they were looking into Anthropic or OpenAI to use them to incorporate into Siri. Now, we don't have any actual news yet about this. But the reason why Apple has underperformed is because they haven't done jack you-know-what. This is a family show. When it comes to AI. I literally just got the new iPhone. It's the same exact phone that I had. There's nothing different. The only thing different is instead of flicking a button up or down to put the ringer on or silent, it's a button you push. Other than that, I haven't noticed anything different, honestly. And this is the reason why Apple has not performed well, is because everybody was waiting for Apple to come out with some blockbuster, absolute must-have consumer AI product that they can incorporate into their ecosystem, and they haven't done it. That's why the stock has underperformed. And as soon as you get a news headline, as soon as you get something that says, oh, we're looking into doing this with Anthropic or OpenAI, the stock flies. People love to have a reason to buy Apple. I am just telling you, keep your ears open. If you get another AI-related news headline, I think Apple goes to $222 or $23. My target is $222 to $224. That's my target. Why is that my target? It is very simple. This area is a huge level of price structure and the 200-day moving average. So here is your resistance zone of price structure. And then here's your 200-day moving average, which is the yellow line. That's why this is my target. This whole area right here is my target. Pay attention if you get an AI news headline. If there is another piece of news that can keep this AI momentum going, people love a reason to buy Apple. Apple has dramatically underperformed. That stock could play catch up, and it could play catch up fast. So keep your ears open. If you break 214 resistance, you can see last week's high, 214. In May, 214. In April, 214. April, 214. You see that resistance. If Apple gets above this level, and this is one of the best examples, okay, to see about relative strength if the market does give you a pullback. Let's say Apple tomorrow opens up here, and then Apple opens up at 215, and then it pulls back, right? And it sits right here as the SPY pulls back and the NASDAQ pulls back. Then the NASDAQ and the SPY find support, and they start to move higher. And then Apple does something that looks like this. Right? If Apple does something that looks like this, if you guys can see this candle that I just drew for you, this thing's going higher, right? And I think you're going to continue to climb yourself higher. And I think you're going to get a situation where Apple gets into the low 220s and gives you like a big 2-week rally, similar to what you saw back here in December, similar to what you saw here last August, right? Similar to what you saw here last July, similar to what you saw here last 2 Novembers ago, right? Like where the stock just moves higher for like 2 weeks in a row. I think you can get another week of upside. Keep your ears open, okay? Just keep your ears open for news. And then last but not least, this is going to be another high risk trade. It's CoreWeave. CoreWeave has the potential of a head and shoulders in the making. You guys can see drawn out on my screen, left shoulder, head. Here's the formation of your right shoulder. What we are going to look for tomorrow is going to be a rejection off of the high 160s, low 170s. Okay, we're going to look for a candle that looks something like this. Okay, we're going to look for a candle that looks something like this. And then we will look for a follow-through candle that looks something like that. And then if you break this little upward sloping trend line, okay, if you break this little upward sloping trend line, then you could be looking at, you know, more downside there on CoreWeave. But I'm looking for this right shoulder to form. It's in the process of forming. We will abandon this trade idea if the stock gets above like 174, 175. You get a candle that looks like this, we will abandon that trade idea. I will not look for that trade unless you get the rejection, okay? Unless you get something that looks like that, okay? So that's what we're going to look for there on CoreWeave. All right? And the target for that, guys, would be down there. Target would be down there. So there you have it, folks. That does it. That wraps up my trade ideas to start the week. Now, like I said, again, I think coming into the week, we're going to experience some profit-taking pullback, and then that pullback turns into a consolidation when the buyers come in and they step in and they buy the dip. Now, the catalyst to move the market this week, okay, the catalyst to move the market will be what happens with July 9th. What countries get letters? How nasty are the letters? What countries come back? What countries get a deal done? What countries don't? How aggressive are the tariffs that come back on after July 9th? Does the July 9th deadline just get moved entirely? Let's see what happens. Trump was talking right before I came on this live stream. I don't know if there was something else that maybe that was said. You know, I've been on here with you guys live, so I haven't been, you know, following like a breaking news headline while we were going through this. So I'll go back and take a look. But that's the catalyst that could potentially move this market. If no headway is made, if those tariffs come on and they stay on, then that pullback turns into a deeper pullback, and there's not really a consolidation. There's more of a real profit-taking pullback, and the market will have room if that takes place. You'll have room all the way back into like 611, 612. It's really 611 to 613. It's really a $2 range, and that's the previous all-time high resistance on the SPY. So see all this resistance? That was the previous all-time high, right? So if something happens, like, because right now we're sitting like here, right? You're sitting like right around here, okay? But if something happens and you know those tariffs come back on and it's really hard, really tough talk, and things break down, you have room. Not in one day. I don't think this happens one day, but you have room to pull this down into this area, which then I think becomes support, and that's the previous all-time high resistance, right? So we look for that to then become resistance. That's why I'm saying a pullback early, I think, sets you up for a bounce late, and that's why I'm looking for relative signs of relative strength on that pullback, so then we can jump on and capitalize on the dip and then go long, you know, after that first pullback, and that's where you get your consolidation. Okay. So there you have it, folks. That kind of wraps up my top trade ideas for the week. I will adjust those ideas if something happens with the trade talk and tariffs. All right. I'll obviously add more to this list. We'll see what news comes out tomorrow morning, what companies have news. There'll probably be a couple of small caps I'll add to the list as well. Small caps have been red hot lately, so we'll have those on watch also. But that, you know, that part of my watch list gets built with the AI in the morning session, pre-market, is where I do all my small cap session as well. So for those of you that are not that do trade small caps, you know, utilize the AI to help you guys with that. Okay, that is all. That's all she wrote. For those of you that are still not members, you have 8 spots left, or midnight tonight. ttgoffer.com. How do you know you're one of the 8 if you go to sign up after this live stream is where it's already aired? It's very simple. When you go to ttgoffer.com, what's the price say? If the price says 267, then you are one of the 8 remaining spots. If it says 467, then we have sold out of the 8 remaining spots. So just go to ttgoffer.com and see what the price says. Everything on that page is included in your membership. There is no additional cost or upsell for any of the items you see on that page. That includes our award-winning AI and so much more that you guys can see on that page. There is no automatic renewal. There's no reoccurring payment. If you want to stay with us after your 90 days, you have to process that transaction yourself. We don't play any games. All right? Text us with any questions, 1-888-621-2127. And again, if you're an annual member or you're a 90-day member already, text Adam. He's in a great mood, okay? He had a really awesome fireworks show this weekend. And I think he's still riding that. He's still riding that high. He's still riding the wave of the firework display that he put on this weekend. So send a text. See what he's got going on for you guys. If you're not a member, do yourself a favor. ttgoffer.com, 267 90 days. It'll be the best damn money you guys have ever spent. Text us with questions, or if you need help, 1-888-621-2127. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, guys.